I start pulling down my head. I'm gonna cover myself with that.
All right, today's recipe is Cromer's chili. I don't like to brag, but I've won 2 chili contests with this recipe. And the only thing consistent about it is the secret ingredient, which is going in this pan. As you know, chili is pretty much anything you can pull out of your cabinet, but this pan is what wins competitions right here. So I've used ground beef today because we had a pack that was the date was coming, so we had to cook that. But what I typically do for the saute pan is I'll dice up onions and fresh jalapenos. Although we're in coronavirus state, so I didn't have fresh jalapenos, so I used some pickled ones. But probably won't be the same, but it'll still produce the flavor that we need. And then everything you pull out of your kitchen cabinet. These, if you're going to use pickled jalapenos, this is by far the best brand to get, because they're not all mushy. They come out and they're hard. They're like, the texture of them are really good. They taste really good. So anyway, sauteing this together with some butter, it just gives it that taste where people are like, wow, what is that? And it gives it some heat. That's the secret ingredient. So let's get started. So we're getting started. Like I said, usually you want to use a fresh jalapeno. I usually just, dice them up. Don't put too many seeds in there. You're not really trying to get it super hot with this. It's just the flavor it produces with the butter and the caramelized onions. It's really good. So this is the Monday after Easter, and we've got this crazy storm coming through. You can see it's just swirling in the backyard. Our hot tub cover came up, so I got to get out and batten things down. When I was I'll get outside in a minute, but when I was browning, this is what I put in it. I just hit it up with some chili powder, garlic salt, and then cayenne. Be careful with the cayenne, but if you like it spicy, it's always a good shot of that is going to help. So the meat's browning. We've got the heat starting up on the onions. So I usually just put some salt and pepper in this little concoction here. Just let it cook down. So I added the salt and pepper, but it never hurts to throw some butter up in there. Extra butter doesn't hurt, guys. Whoa, nothing I love more than a storm. This top down. Oh! Probably need to put some ratchet straps on this top. But look at the trees blowing. It's crazy out here. Whew. Wow, that was crazy out there. When I was out there, I came in and I'd left the heat up a little bit too high on the onions, but they're okay. And if you ever drop any food, I recommend having one of these around. Charlie, hey, what's that? Whose sock is that?
No, I was just wearing that sock.
So more for the windstorm. Our crazy kids like to go outside in it. What? All right, so I used beef, so there's a lot of oil in there from it. I usually use venison, maybe half venison, half beef, but this was I think this was like 80-20. There was a lot so I had to drain that off. I'm just gonna add this into the pot, but that's what, cook it down to that, and that is the yummy stuff right there. All right, so I just emptied a can of diced tomatoes in there. Here goes the onions and jalapenos. I'll scrape the rest of that in there. Your meat. Pop that in there. And then the rest will just be what you find. You know, I got chili beans from bushes, pinto beans, kidney beans, diced tomatoes. Some diced tomatoes already went in. And that's the deal. Chili will be ready in a couple of hours. We'll just let it simmer. Take care, guys. Oh, I forgot to say, go birds.